Cosmos. We've got to be real. The price action's been bad for Cosmos this past year. Really since the 2021 bull cycle. And it's quite amazing, really, because arguably they've got some of the best tech around, particularly with regards to the IBC protocol that they've got. And I want to take a look at really where's the ecosystem at? Why is the price stagnated so much whilst a number of layer ones have just been smashing it up? And we'll see maybe where it can go. Now, before I get into it, this spreadsheet just shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these cryptos. These were coins that I thought were going to do really well, make me a lot of money. And you can see what they were worth when I recorded and released the videos. And these are the highs they hit around 16 months on. And if you'd have put $100 into them when I released the videos, these are what your profits would have been. So 100 into each would have netted you over 123 grand in that 16 months. Now, obviously, you don't have 16 months to get your portfolio sorted. We're in a bull cycle right now. And if your coins are not performing for you, you've probably got some dead wood that you've got to clear out. If you're not sure where to start, have a look at copymycrypto.com. There's a link in the description. That's the site I run where I share my entire portfolio with my members. So when I'm ready to buy or sell a coin, I tell my members the coin that I'm going to buy or sell and the price I'm going to do it at. This means my members can copy along exactly, so they make the exact same profit as me without any work at all. And if you go onto the site, you can see the profits my members have made. You can see our successes. It's public record, so you can verify it all on the history of this channel as well. If you're interested in the coins I own, the ones that are outperforming the market, and ones that maybe you want to swap into your portfolio, all you got to do to find out, guys, is join up. So Cosmos, I mean, it looks all right there on the daily chart, but on the year or the all-time chart, as you can see, not great. Did well in 2021 because it actually went to a new high in the second wave of the bull cycle. And, at points prior to the bull cycle, it was as low as $2. And, it did hit a high of $44. So it did well. Like I say, it did well. But since then, price has stagnated quite a bit. Now, Cosmos is trying to solve effectively the trilemma, right? With the fact that the blockchains were slow, they were expensive, unscalable, and they have built something pretty special, actually. So Tendermint was their sort of core contributor to the network back in 2014, and they began developing all the way back then. And since then, the way it works is they have 3 layers. They have an application layer, they have a networking layer, and they have a consensus layer. Each layer obviously has different jobs. The application layer processes transactions and updates the state of the network, while the networking layer allows communication between transactions and blockchains, and the consensus layer helps nodes agree on the system's current state, making its security tip-top. It was founded by the co-founders of Tendermint, who were Jay Kwon, Zarko Milosevic, and Ethan Buchman. And what makes it unique? So there's a few things, but there's a particular thing that I want to talk about. So okay, I'll deal with that. So they describe themselves as blockchain 3.0. Big goal is ensuring that its infrastructure is straightforward to use. So they've developed the Cosmos software development kit, which focuses on modularity, basically allowing a network to be built using chunks of code that already exist. So streamlining the process, streamlining development. They have the Cosmos Hub and Zones. So the Cosmos Hub was the first blockchain to be established on the network. It's designed to function as a go-between for all unique blockchains that have formed within the Cosmos network, known as zones. And the Hub validators are responsible for maintaining consensus across all the zones. They also use Tendermint, at the heart of it, rather, is Tendermint Byzantine fault tolerance. So this is the consensus algorithm. It's a variation of proof of stake, and under this system, validators validators take turns committing new blocks of transactions to the chain. And then they have obviously their software development kit, as we've spoken about. But the jewel in the crown, from my perspective, is the inter-blockchain communication protocol. This allows anything that is built here to interact. Cosmos make crypto interchain. This was something that we spoke about a lot in 2021, and particularly with the emergence of Polkadot. The fact that cryptos and blockchains needed to interact. And that's what's done here. They've created interoperability, the buzzword of 2021, with the IBC protocol. And it's just an open source protocol to handle authentication and transport of data between blockchains. So it allows heterogeneous chains to trustlessly communicate with each other to exchange data, messages, and tokens. That is enormous. Like, in terms of importance, that's massive. And in spite of this, and in spite of kind of a pretty good ecosystem, it's kind of struggled, it's languished. By the way, total IBC connected economy is over 125 billion. I mean, put that into context, that's enormous. So when you look at Cosmos with a market cap of 2.5 billion, you look at it and go, it's undervalued. It's undervalued because none of these would be able to communicate without Cosmos. Cosmos allows this. It facilitates this, and you can see like the projects that have worked upon Cosmos. You know, there's tons and tons and tons. I mean, this is massive, and yet price action has been horrific comparatively to because when you look at the layer ones that have emerged, your Suis, your Solanas, they've had good years. And Cosmos right now has not, dropped to a low of $4. That's kind of the lowest it got. And the highest it's got in 2024 was about $15. And I still look at this as undervalued. I think this is a resolvable issue, but the price action is resolvable in a few different ways. Honestly, like one simple one is just tons of development and big projects launching, ones that are really going to get users, whether it's like cool little DeFi yield mechanisms on Cosmos, whether it's cool lending and borrowing protocols within Cosmos, like specifically that have been built with Cosmos, that are just attracting users, whether it's a game. All those things can potentially really, really benefit Cosmos. But the other way, which I kind of don't like saying, but is memes. The reality is that meme coins have had incredible bull cycles the last couple of times. Solana's growth coincided with huge memes being launched and released and being successful. And maybe from a price action principle, maybe Cosmos's goal should be right now to have a meme-centric grant system. Something like that. Something that's going to push the emergence of meme coins on Cosmos. Because one of them, getting to $1 billion, will do a lot for Cosmos. Especially because you then see a huge inflow of more development as, the meme chasers or the meme developers that are chasing that $1 billion market cap start emerging. Because we saw it with Solana, but seen it with Base actually, and we're starting to see it with Sui. We're starting to see it everywhere, but not really with Cosmos. So maybe that's like a simple solution, because it A, draws in tons more users, and B, draws in tons more developers. And long term, they're investors. Because a lot of the people that invested in Solana started investing in Solana after the emergence of some of their memes. So maybe that's the fix. Because right now, I look at Cosmos with the level of money in and around the IBC connected blockchains and networks. I look at Cosmos and go, this should be $100. This should have a market cap around about the 40 billion mark, because it's still a fraction of the overall picture, and yet it isn't there. Now, depending on how this bull cycle goes, because this could be, this will be the biggest in history, but how big it is going to be, we'll see. But if we're seeing Bitcoin hitting a couple 100,000, if we're seeing Ethereum hitting 10,000, Solana hit 1,000, those kind of numbers, Cosmos should hit 100. But if we don't have that kind of bull cycle, maybe Cosmos struggles. Maybe it only gets to 25, 30 bucks. It'll get close-ish to its all-time high. But when we see coins not hit their previous high, usually there is anywhere from like a 20 to 80% drop-off. It's a huge range. I usually pick around 30% as like a solid kind of price point. But yeah, I'm curious to hear what people think on this. Because like, if you're a big Cosmos holder, you don't have to be big, but if you're a Cosmos holder that's been holding for a long while and you're not happy, I'm assuming you're not happy, to be fair, with the price, with your investment right now, what would you like to see done? What do you think needs to be done to bring the price action up? To improve the price, to improve your investment? What do you think they need to do? Share along in the comments, guys. And look, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you're not happy or confident in the coins you own, clear out the rubbish that you own. If you're not sure where to start, you can start at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my portfolio with my members. So whenever I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to buy or sell and the price I'm going to do it at. So my members can copy along exactly, which means they make the exact same money as me without any work at all. If you go onto the site, you can see what my members have earned. You can see our successes. It is public record. You can verify it on this channel's history. Time is of the essence now, because these markets are going to be ripping. Well, by the time this video comes out, because it'll probably be next week now, markets will almost certainly be ripping, because we'll have had Trump's inauguration and everything else. So getting the right coins in your portfolio, if you're a crypto investor, has got to be your number one job right now. And if you like what you see on the site and you join up, I'll see you there. And if not, I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.